Good afternoon, Nation's Corner friends, family, and fans. It is I, John in South Jersey, joined today by my elder brother, Mongrovian Mike. What's up, Mike?
What's up, my brother? How's it going?
It's going good. And since we're recording this now, and it is Easter, happy Easter to you and yours, brother.
Happy Easter to all my peeps out there. There you go. Oh, my God. He's laying an egg. Happy Easter. I'm the Easter rabbit. Hooray. I want Easter egg. I want Easter egg.
Okay, you could pop. Yeah, so you could pop me here all day on the Easter jokes. But aside, what are we here? What are we doing?
We are reviewing this past Friday's NWA pay-per-view live from Chicago, the 312.
Yes, we are. With so much wrestling that's been going on, obviously we're coming off the aftermath of WrestleMania and WrestleMania weekend with all that, and as we touched on the show Saturday night, just a myriad of different things, thousands of stories and things going on. This one kind of fell through the cracks, but you and I tuned in on Fight Network, on Fight TV to watch it. And we were given a pretty good pay-per-view overall. NWA does what they do, and they do it fairly well. Again, I think it kind of got lost in all the other wrestling going on, but I gotta say, top to bottom, another good show from NWA.
It was a pretty good show, pretty damn good show. Also, the free pre-show on YouTube was, you know what they did? It didn't stop. It wasn't like a bunch of talking. There was some fire promos in there from Kenzie Page and Bully.
Yeah,
Bully Ray. There was some really good matches in there in the pre-show, so it was a pretty good buy-in show, you know. If you watch that, we could go over that.
Yeah, first. That aired live on YouTube, and that was free before the pay-per-view. And it was some solid matches, opening up with Natalia Markova versus La Brava. And Natalia is a standard in NWA now. Always has a very physical presence in the ring. Yeah. And La Brava, a name certainly on the independent circuit. And then very interesting match, not to be distracted by one Christy James, the
CJ.
CJ. But we all
know usually Magic Mike's
Magic Jake.
Magic Jake. Oh, Magic Mike is the movie that all the
we're not doing that at all. No.
Yeah. We'll do the full Monty, you and I, later.
Yeah, but well, they gotta pay for that.
Yeah. Our OnlyFans. Other people have OnlyFans. We have our OnlyFans.
Yes. But that's more than zero. So anyway, that opening match though, very physical, hard hitting, just what I expected from both of those particular talents. Natalia Markova, physically a striking woman to see, and I've met with personally as well, and La Brava as well, but very physical, very close, hard hitting, with Natalia eventually getting the win. Great way to open up. Crowd was pretty into it. NWA fans seem to enjoy. They don't sit on their hands a lot. Let's put it that way. They always seem to be engaged and involved from first match to last match. So good way to start.
Good way to start, definitely. Sorry. But also, Joe Galley and Storm, they're a great team. Unfortunately, our girl, Velvet
Yeah,
Scott had personal issues to deal with.
yeah.
Problems at home, something going on, personal to take care of. So she wasn't gonna be at the tapings for anything. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
shout out to her. Hope everything goes well. Prayers, everything is cool and copacetic and positive vibes to you, Velvet.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
love you.
we certainly missed. It's time. It's time.
It's Velvet time. Now instead we got Danny Deals.
Ugh. Wow. That's another whole subject. But let's move on.
Yes.
The next match was is that the strap match? Was that the second
Yes,
match?
yeah. The second match was the strap match.
The strap versus hair. Gaz the Gimp and our pal Sal Renaro.
Yeah, crazy.
Definitely two of the most interesting characters in NWA.
Yes, with a very menacing Jebediah out at ringside, ready to beat the crap out of either one of them or both.
Right. And the stipulation was they were to have a strap match, and if Sal lost, he would lose his hair.
Yes.
So again, very interesting characters, but again, physical with the strap, as they tend to be. But the ending of it, now Sal lost, and they do start to shave off his head, or shave off his hair, I should say. And then, curiously, Jedias comes in and basically orders them under the direction of Father James Mitchell, who was conspicuously absent at ringside during that match. But Jedias
He was waiting with Max.
Yeah, more than likely. But it was very curious. He starts basically ordering Sal and Gaz to kiss his boots, and this is what Father wants, and this is what he wills. And curiously enough, these two previously combatants, in the end, I guess the strap united them, because they roll out of the ring and refuse to do Jedias's bidding in the name of Father James Mitchell. And
what
basically, so as far as that whole group, it's always been a bit crazy at best, but who the hell knows now, because now they have gone and defied Jedias and Father James Mitchell. So who knows what? I don't think it's going to be anything good for them.
We got to see what goes on in the new season, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
We definitely, we've definitely slowly been getting back into the NWA product, and of course, quite honestly, we were about, we need more of the women representation there. Obviously, they were lacking in it for a little bit there. They lost everyone for a while, They had AK, and they had Marty, and they had Melina, and they had Thunder Rosa, of course, our very own Thunder Rosa. And, and then little by little, it was whittled away. But, Kenzie Page came back, and from there started, they started more people. We started seeing Maddie and Genocide and Kylan, the mother effing King, of course. And, so we started. He started building up a women's division, so they got tag titles, and
and then we'll talk about now a women's television championship as well to go along with the tag titles and the, of course, the women's world championship.
That's right.
So we move on from there. Great promo from Kenzie Page talking about her upcoming match during the main pay-per-view with Max the Impaler. God help her. But Kenzie sounded confident, sounded fired up, and as we'll discuss later on, she needed every bit of that, but good. And then from the next match, we rolled into the a tag team match, which was I don't.
Oh no! The tag team champs.
Yes. I'm sorry. The Country Gentleman.
Sorry, the Country Gentleman. Yes.
Yes.
What a brain fart we had.
Wow. We are both having a senior moment.
Wow.
Wow. With that. Yeah. The
It
Country
rubs
Gentleman.
off on you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does. The U.S. Tag Team Championships champions were in defending, I believe, their titles for the first time since they won them.
Yes,
on
a first pay-per-view defense, at least. The first title defense on a pay-per-view. They won them at the last pay-per-view.
Right. And also, I don't like the idea of having championships of any kind on a pre-show.
Yeah.
But to me,
it was a pack. It really was a stacked card. So
it absolutely was,
and that's why.
And it was a great match. But
and you also got to remember they were going Chicago time, so it was Pacific time. It was Central
time and all that.
It was on later.
I understand that, yeah. But
old men like us have to go to bed.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I just like seeing, in general, I like seeing titles defended on main cards. To me, they easily could have swapped the U.S. Tag Championships with the Battle Royal, but that's just for me. But in a good match, the Country Gentlemen retain and are still the NWA U.S. Tag Team Champions. We then transition to an absolute, and no shocker here, fire promo from one Bully Ray, who was involved in this NWA312 card again with a match with Tom Latimer. And it's so good to see when something you know is good. And Bully, well, besides being an absolute master at what he does, when we listen to him on Busted Open and everything else,
he's tapped back in and reinvented himself, and
yeah.
and it's still the old school Bully.
Mm-hmm.
He'll make the 5-year-old cry. If he wants to, or he'll bring the 5-year-old in the ring and find a piece of the table that he put someone through and give it to the kid and be the kid's hero. So it's whatever you want or whatever you deserve.
Yes, exactly. And then from that we go to the last card of the pre-show, which was yet another tag team match. No real implications or anything on this other than it looked like and was a very good match with Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch teaming up against the incredibly tall 7-foot monster Talos and Daisy Kill. Daisy Kill has been making a name in NWA along the way, as well as Talos has. We all know Trevor Murdoch and we all know Mike Knox.
Yes.
Again, no, a match that really didn't mean too much of anything. No story, no build up or anything, but still very entertaining match. Daisy Kill and Talos being newer to wrestling.
Yeah.
And I believe their first time ever tag teaming.
Well, I believe this tag match came about that Mike Knox came out and saved Trevor from a beatdown from those guys.
Okay.
You know, a few shows back. So the heat's been building up. And Mike Knox also came out, and I think he saved Bullies. Mike Knox is just coming out randomly and helping guys if they're getting beat down, and just he's turned a new leaf. I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe.
So he tagged with. I guess it turned out into a tag, and they had Chris Silvio, Esquire, was the ring with them.
Yeah,
and. But the big boys went over. The bigger boys went over.
Yeah. Trevor and Mike Knox pick up a bunch
of big boys.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Chris Silvio outside.
Yeah,
he was the smallest one, and he's probably bigger than me.
Yes, but again, good match. Nice way to end out the pre-show. Again, crowd was in it the whole time. Crowd was in it. Now granted, this isn't this wasn't 20,000 plus or anything like that. Small arena, maybe a few hundred. When I say a few hundred, maybe 100 to 200 in the crowd, but very engaged, very ready to see a night of good wrestling. And the first 4 matches of that opening show, they were definitely treated to that. So now we get technical. Watch this, y'all. See, because now we have this. Yeah, you can see, folks, this was their advertisement poster, everybody on the card for NWA312, and they do a nice job lining up everybody. And then also we have, this was the card itself, and this was the main card that we're about to get into right now. And I don't know, Mike, do you want to go kind of in order? You want to start?
We could just shoot in order, man, and just rapid fire down. And sorry, I'm back on camera. Oh, yeah, I bit his ears off. Can't hear you.
Wait, now we can't hear. Anyway,
no, it's a berry flavored peep, and it's very, very good.
Aha. I bet he wish you could hear him tell him that, but no, you had to bit his ears off.
Well,
but then I guess
him already anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if you bit him in the ass, that would be a
tastes just like chicken.
Oh, well, if you bite one in the ass, I don't want to know what it tastes like.
Well, no, I fry those asses and dip them in mayo. I knew I'd get
you. Shout out to Mark Henry with the turkey tails. But anyway, all right, so let's jump into it. NWA312 main card. Like I said, I don't care where we start.
Pull up each match. We'll rapid fire.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with. I don't even know really where to start. But
let's call up where it started. I believe it started with EC3 and Scion, didn't it?
No.
I think it started out. With them.
Yeah. Or was it the Kerry Morton match? It doesn't matter. We'll go with the EC3.
Yeah, because that was a good
Scion match for the Scion for the NWA National Heavyweight Championship. Scion being the reigning champion going into this match with EC3, who has, again, talk about reinventing himself. We all understand and know about him previously with the Control Your Narrative stuff and everything, but he has definitely become a force and a contender really for any singles title in NWA. And yes. Scion coming in as the defending champion has definitely proved himself as well, being also previously a junior heavyweight champion and I believe a television champion as well prior to winning the national championship. So this was a good way to start and a good way to kick things off on the main card with a great match. Of course, the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol has to make his presence not only seen but felt during the match. But despite that, EC3, it definitely heard. Despite all that, though, EC3 picks up the win. He is now your NWA National Heavyweight Champion.
With Black G's.
Yes, with Black G's, which kind of makes it kind of interesting because Black G's, Church's Money, we have known to be associated with Austin Idol.
Yeah.
He was the
and tires.
Yeah. So I didn't understand this, but I guess, again, we'll see going forward from
opportunity.
Yeah.
Going forward, I guess.
Narrative. Maybe, and bringing Black G's along with them.
Yep.
But okay. The next match we'll go to actually another championship match. It was Kerry Morton, your NWA junior heavyweight champion, going up against Joe Alonzo, newcomer to NWA. Again, got a young man making a name for himself off of the indie circuit now in NWA. And of course, Kerry was out there with his Hall of Famer dad, one half of
course, why not?
The legendary tag team Rock and Roll Express. Of course, we're talking about Ricky Morton,
one of the goats.
I was really impressed with this match just because having seen Kerry kind of start in
and who
NWA,
did Alonzo come out with?
I don't remember. I don't think he came out with anybody.
Yes.
I don't think he came out with anybody.
Yeah, someone came out because someone came out with him because I know Ricky knocked him, you know.
Yeah. You're now that you mentioned it, yes, but I don't remember who it was. Because my mind stinks today. It's Easter.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm on a sugar rush now.
Okay. Well, then good. But again, watching Kerry kind of grow up and start to mature in NWA, his improvement in and out of the ring is fantastic, and so is Joe Alonzo's. You know, both of them young men, bright futures in wrestling in the NWA.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird though. Kerry wants to be or portrays himself as a face, but he's really kind of heel. He's not above doing the heel tactic to get a win.
Yeah, he's been healing out a little on the indie circuit outside of the NWA. So
yeah, I don't know quite where they're going with that, but again, good match. I mean, both guys young, physical, athletic in the ring, are able to, you know, put on good matches, no matter what the type or stipulation. But in the end, Kerry Morton celebrates with his dad, and is still your NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, we transition to, which just never sounds like a good idea for anybody who does it, and this really didn't turn out to be any different. You have Yabo the Clown, a standout independent guy from the Chicago area. A lot of independent talent from that area featured on this 312 show, and shout out to NWA for giving these independent talents a chance to work, be on television, be part of a pay-per-view, get some exposure and stuff. You know, maybe seeing some of them down the road, maybe not, but nice for NWA to give some of the local guys and gals a chance to work. But his opponent, which I don't know why you would say yes to this, was the one and only J.R. Kratos, as Aaron Stevens would say, taking on Kratos. That's never fun. Kratos is a huge, powerful man that just likes to inflict pain on people, and Yabo the Clown found that out firsthand. Basically, as I'm sure there's a clip floating around now on YouTube or on the social media somewhere. You literally watch Kratos give this Yabo the Clown a reverse belly to back suplex and throws him basically from one side of the ring to the other. Just a very physical. Yabo did get some offense in and tried to make the best of it, but in the end, kind of as expected, J.R. Kratos gets the win.
Yes, exactly.
And,
you want to take this graphic down?
Oh, do I? Well, I figured they would just like look at the graphics instead of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You need from it.
Well, here, let me do it. Let me do it this way then.
There we go.
This way. Let me do it. There we go. Now, now we don't have to worry about it. Okay.
Yeah, now I don't have to see.
We'll move on.
Around.
Again, one thing about NWA, as opposed to other other pay-per-view with other companies and stuff, man, they keep things moving. It's, match to match to match. No real intermissions, no big cut to promos, anything like that, man. Once they're in the action, they are in the action. And the next match is the Battle Royal, which was the Bob Luce Memorial Battle Royal. Winner getting an NWA National Championship title shot.
Yes.
And again, nice mix of NWA names, and local talent from the Chicago area, local indie talent.
We don't have to run down everybody.
We're not going to go through all that.
It came down to two guys at the end.
Yeah, it came down to two guys at the end. The Legend Homicide and the Thrillbilly.
No.
Yeah, the last two was Homicide and
the last two was Odinson.
Oh, Odinson, that's right. That's right.
Yes,
Homicide went after Paulo Del Mar. Shout out to Paulo for taking the hard bumps from Homicide.
Yeah, Paulo Del Mar. Yeah, for
that poor girl.
Yeah, but hey, the Thrillbilly needed the support out there.
Yeah. But yes, you are correct. Now that I recall, it was the Thrillbilly and Odinson. Again, two pretty much standouts in NWA as of late. Thrillbilly and Paulo definitely making a big splash in name, and Odinson.
Can I just pop in and just say, how dare Odinson spray Pollo in the face with that spray?
Yeah, that spray he uses.
He mussed up her hair.
Oh, you
don't do that to a Southern Belle.
No,
come on.
You want to be a darn dirty no gooder. That's
exactly
you to the top of the list. Do something like that to Pollo. But
don't worry, I'm the last one to make fun of how anybody pronounces any names. I got
Yeah. Again, crazy kind of battle royal type of match down to the last two. Very physical at the end because they're both very physical guys in the ring wrestling, and a little bit of shenanigans per se, but the winner eventually, the Thrillbilly, Silas Mason, and has now earned himself an NWA National Heavyweight Championship titles.
We'll see how that comes up in the upcoming season.
Yes, we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully, we'll see that come to fruition in the near future. From that, we go to what I thought that sounded like a very interesting match that got even more interesting as the match unfolded, and that was a match between our favorite busted open host, two-time Hall of Famer, one half of the most decorated tag team in wrestling ever, and deathmatch god, one and only Bully Ray, against Tom Latimer. And I only say it's interesting because after seeing the promo that Bully cut during the pre-show, and then now into this match, and I have to say, especially for those of us who have been or have watched Impact as of late, and you are seeing a true heel character, Bully Ray, on Impact, it's completely different on NWA. Bully is kind of a face.
And he's no less as scary.
Yeah, but he's out there pumping the crowd up, waving his arms, slapping hands. NWA chants, and this, you're like, who's this? Who is this Bully? And what did you do with the one that we know?
But he gets in that ring and forget about it. He's all business.
And Tom Latimer, one half of the power couple, and the with him and Camille, but it was a very odd match. I mean, both of them worked, and it was a good match up until, and then Bully in the middle of it just kind of stops it and starts cutting this promo on Tom Latimer.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't really go anywhere. It basically left with Bully kind of cutting this promo on Tom and saying, "I'm in your head, and I told you what your weakness was, and your problem is you, this and that." And then Bully just kind of walks off, just walks away, and they didn't even like count him out or anything. They just, I don't want to say it was a no contest, but it was I guess your winner would have been Tom Latimer, but again, it would started out to be a very good match between the two of them. Just had a very strange kind of ending to it, and again, I guess we'll have to keep tuning in going forward to see.
Usually a pay-per-view match finishes a story. This one is like keeping you going.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how that unfolds on the way out. Or
is he Bully, or is Bully playing a face but not really being a face?
Heel, I don't know. I don't know, because
and then at the end he's gonna go, "You idiots! Didn't you see what I was doing in the other place?"
Well, at this point, especially if it's involved in Bully Ray, nothing surprises me. Nothing nothing will be. But this way, nothing is out of the realm of possibility. For the very least.
Well, we talked about Tom. Why don't we talk about the Camille against La Rosa Negra?
Yeah, my match of the night, honestly. Again, your one time, as she puts it, your one time NWA World Women's Champion. She is the holder of the Brickhouse Camille, going up against a favorite of both of ours and Mission Pro Wrestling alumni and former champion herself there. One, Miss Abusadora, Miss La Rosa Negra.
Boricua legend.
Yes. And I'm glad to see La Rosa get this kind of a platform. She deserves it. She has worked very hard, is very good in the ring. Always brings a very physical, hard-hitting style.
She brings it.
Yeah. And as I like to say, hit and get hit. She enjoys it both.
She twerks and works.
Yes, it works and works very well.
And she showed us on that was another fire promo from with the wonderful May Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
La Rosa just like, you see that?
Yes. Well,
I will not imitate that. Don't worry. Even though I'm off camera, it's still,
Please don't.
It's still going to break things.
Please don't.
If I try to twerk, it's going to be a bunch of pots and stuff knocked off the shelves.
The only thing that it won't do, which we hope it would, if you did something like that, is break the internet. But
I'll knock more shit around the place than Mrs. Manicotti did trying to mambo.
Anyway, also shout out to La Rosa Negra, who was on Busted Open this past Friday. And a segment with Tommy and Dave LaGreca. It gave a wonderful interview, and she sounded very confident, very ready in all of her promos leading up to this match. And I thought it was the match of the night simply because there was two, very physical women. Camille, I think
let's say it this way, John. Camille is a formidable champion, and La Rosa Negra was a formidable challenger.
Yes.
Let's just say there were some matches, maybe, that we saw the awesome Camille have that we thought it was going to be a no-brainer. like this one, we were like, wow, you know what? La Rosa can walk out of Chicago, you know.
Yeah, that you could legitimately could and realistically believe that
Oh
this
yeah,
could go either way, and it was going to be a great match, no matter what, and that's exactly what it was. It was a great
yes.
match between these two. Like I said, my pick for match of the night.
Yep.
Both women very physical, very strong.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they call Camille the Brick House for a reason, and
oh
if you
yeah,
ever seen her, you understand why.
yeah.
But La Rosa, she brings it every time, and it's one of the things I love about watching her in the ring. She just works that very physical, strong style. Not a lot of flips and flippy doos and all the stuff you love, Elder, in this one.
We got a Koki splash.
Yeah, but
One wasn't enough.
But again, fantastic back and forth on this match. Near falls, false finishes. Both women just giving it their absolute best. La Rosa to take the title, and equally Camille trying to retain. But in the end, it was your one time and still NWA Women's World Champion Camille coming out on top.
Yes.
And like I said, my match of the night. But
my match of the night also too.
And man, all the championships.
I know. Let's move on. Let's move on to Kenzie Page against Max the Impaler.
Yeah. Lucky Kenzie. Yeah, kid, you get to go for the brand new NWA Women's Television Championship. But you have to get in the ring with Max the Impaler to get a shot at it.
She wasn't afraid of her though.
No.
Really Kenzie, had the attitude was still there, and she didn't lose it.
Yeah, she was, cocky, her normal cocky, confident self, even in the face of Max the Impaler. Again, accompanied by Father James Mitchell. You can't forget that part, but still,
no, you can't.
This really had the David versus Goliath kind of feel of it. Max is just a physically imposing figure, no matter what. And part of me was like that there's no way. As confident and everything that Kenzie is, there's no way. But it was a good match. It was Kenzie getting thrown around a lot for a lot of it, but she hung tough. She weathered the physical storm that is Max. And at the end, you could say she stole it, but a win's a win. And
win's a win.
And the fact that you could look at it and say, well, she didn't really. Well, when you're that size against something in the size of Max, you got to do what you got to do. But regardless, she did get the 3 count, and she is your brand new and inaugural NWA Women's Television Champion. And a bit of surprise to me, but it again, sometimes you slip on a banana peel.
And there you go. There you go. So you have that, and now you move on to her other comrades there, going up for the women's tag team titles up against, the cool name team of Missa Kate and Maddie.
Well, they were throwing around this M95 tag with them, and I'm not quite sure of the origin of it, but yeah, you have Pretty Empowered, of course, who is 2.0, which is Missa Kate and I'm sorry, no, that's Maddie's partner, is LNV and Roxy.
Yes.
Going up against the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions, aforementioned Missa Kate and Maddie Rankowski.
The wonderful Maddie Rankowski.
Yes.
Literally.
Again, another actually
Mission Pro alumni. That
well, she's not even a Mission Pro alum. Current, she's one half of the.
Yes,
Maddie being one half of the Mission Pro Tag Team Champion.
She's a tag team champ. Yeah, she's a dual champ on her own.
Yes,
with two different partners
and
two different. Yes,
awesome
job. Well, they came out on top.
They did. I don't want to say that it wasn't a great match because it was. I think though, Ella NB and Roxy, I think depended a little too much on trying to get into Missa and Maddie's heads or distractions or whatever, and it just didn't work. I mean, those two are the champs for a reason. A game effort by Pretty Empowered, but in the end just didn't work out for them. And the team of Missa Kate and Maddie Rankowski
Maddie and Missa came out on top.
Yeah, are still your NWA Women's Tag Team Champions.
Now we'll shift over to the men's NWA Tag Team Champs, Mecha Wolf and Bestia 666.
Yeah. La Rebellion.
La Rebellion.
Which have held on to those titles for quite a while now.
Yes.
Basically trying to have a team to come against them and take the titles off of them. But they came up with a new tag team that is one half NWA regular, one half new to the NWA, although not to wrestling, in Magnum Muscle, which we were talking about, Big Strong Mims.
Yes.
And the Mile High Magnum, Dax Draper, who has been a recent addition with NWA. And
yes, he's been around. Yes.
Yeah. And has been in other places and everything, but it seems to have settled and found a home and an ally with Big Strong Mims, who we've seen forever with NWA. They're the ones trying to take the belts off of La Rebellion. Great match. Absolutely. Very physical again. We both know that Bestia and Mecha Wolf like that kind of, they mix that hard hitting with luchador type wrestling. Mims is a brawler. Dax Draper's a brawler. A very physical, hard hitting match. Could be a lot of sore bodies. Could be 4 sore bodies after that match because all 4 of them brought it. All 4 of them very physical.
It's a hard floor that they land on too. So
yeah. There's no mats around.
La Rebellion.
Yes.
Once again.
And still. NWA World Tag Team Champions.
And that takes us right to the top, right?
Yeah. The only one left was the main event.
Yes.
And with your
Chris
NWA.
Yes.
Yeah. Your NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, we were talking about the Manster, Tyrus, going up against Chris Adonis.
Tyrus Smash.
Yeah.
Well, he was going up against Steve Adonis, Chris Masters, the
master of the Master Lock.
The master of the Master Lock, and nobody gets out of that. I gotta give, I'm people that, people have, Tyrus is a big dude. But you know what? He came out. He's lost the weight. He could actually strap the belt around his waist now. Listen,
yeah.
I'm a big guy, so I know any belts that I have go over my shoulder.
Yeah.
So without, if I don't steal one of those airline extenders, but
right. I mean,
it was what it was. It was a cool, it was cool. Masters got in the lock, got him in the lock after they were doing a lot of collar and elbow.
Yeah.
Let's just say there wasn't no La Rebellion flying around.
Yeah, they're not much in the way of moonsaults and tope suicitas in this one.
Yeah, but he got him in one. He squeezed. He muscled. Tyrus muscled his way out. Let's face it. He's a strong boy.
Yeah,
and
and
going from point A to point B takes him a little time, but if he gets a hold of you,
you're
pretty much not getting out of it. So
right
there you go. So what happens? We get to the end of the match, right?
Yeah, and Chris Adonis actually gets him in the master lock, puts him almost out. Has him has Tyrus up on the second rope.
Dead to rights, so they say.
Yeah, basically, and it starts, gets up on Tyrus's back, and slowly but surely works and locks it in, and is physically starting to wear Tyrus down, and Tyrus comes down off the ropes, and Adonis still has it, gets down. Tyrus starts to go to the mat, and he still has it locked in, and this is where
almost out. He was
almost
asleep.
And he rolls basically. Now Adonis and Tyrus are both on the mat. Adonis has the master lock locked in, and I guess it may be a last gasp or something from Tyrus. He rolls over onto Chris, and puts Chris's shoulders down. And from there, Chris can't release the hold because he's right there. It's like
even if he released the hold, his shoulders were still pinned down, and that's it. He's not.
And one, you get the 1, 2, 3, and again,
as Tyrus rolled out, dude, he pointed to his head. He goes, thinking.
Yeah, but Tyrus. That's it. Tyrus retains. He is still your NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Again, I mean, I understand Chris was fully committed to that, and it was all good until it wasn't.
Yes.
And at that last pivotal second, right before the ref was surely going to call the match saying Tyrus was out, it just didn't quite work out that way.
And there you go. We could take down the graphic and bring our beautiful handsome.
Bring our faces right up here, front and center. There we are. That's better.
There we go.
So, yeah, like I said, entertaining card from NWA. They don't put on bad shows, to be honest. Most of the times they are, top to bottom, very entertaining. Again,
it was working to me.
Yeah, it was definitely, there are worse ways to spend about 2 hours.
Yes.
And they have had some turnover and some names, come in and out or leave NWA. But this crop of talent that they're using and working with now is good. They're not.
They're getting there.
They're not. I mean, you're not talking major.
He had to rebuild. He had to rebuild. He lost a couple of big names.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the backstage things were, they are what they are, and that happens.
Yeah.
Whatever it is Billy Corgan. He does love wrestling. He puts his money behind the product, and he's he's got his plan, and we just gotta be along for the ride. We'll see what comes up in the new season.
Yeah.
What can I say? I mean, we're seeing Bully Ray. I'm gonna, we're gonna keep up with it because we're gonna be seeing Bully Ray just like we've been keeping up on the Impact product. Because we get to see 2 of our ECW originals on that product, and
right.
So it's really, you know, what we're trying to do here at the Nation's Corner is we're going to be trying to add a little more content.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think
you know,
you're going to start seeing a few more of these pop-up shows from from me and you, Mike, or any of the other hosts.
Yeah,
Because
little interviews, little reviews of what went on, maybe pay-per-views that may have slipped through the cracks because
sure.
they're,
There's and we constantly say it when we're just in the Zoom talking and stuff. There's so much wrestling, and thank God for it all. Wrestling is bigger and back and hotter than ever post pandemic and COVID. And now that we're all able to go and see shows and watch shows and stuff, and promotions are out there working, man, it's hard sometimes to keep up. So hopefully from here on out, we'll start doing these little things to bring folks in and maybe give them a taste of something that they haven't seen or heard about, or just give them an update, or we'll see.
We'll see. So I had a good time, Johnny.
I did too, my brother.
You're the man.
We're gonna say shout out
to you. About.
Corey. Yeah, I am back up out and about. Hashtag. Thanks, Deb. Nation's Corner on location is back full force. Actually, starting up again next weekend. Be heading back down to Delaware. But yeah, we're out. We're hitting the shows. We're seeing who's who, and we want you to know. Well, let us know who you liking, who you seeing, who should we talk about. Hashtag Nation's Corner on location. But yeah, man, this was fun, Mike. And why don't you let the folks know where, if they're not going to be able to travel to Monrovia, but other way they can get in touch with you.
Mongrovian Mike. I'm right there. Look, I'm gonna give Dave a peep. Here you go, Dave. He looks hungry. Stop biting Macho Man's arm like you're a snake. Come on. It's a happy. I want everybody to have a happy Easter. My meat's in the oven. I'm smelling it right now.
Okay. But very good. And of course, I don't do this. Oh, I got it.
There you go. It's right there.
I got it right this time.
I am
at Twisted Metal Fab on the Instagram and the Twitter machine. So thank you, folks, for joining me and Mike today for this quick little pop-up review of NWA312. Look for some more episodes of us stuff in the future. If not, we will see you next time. The shows.
That's right.